What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Rope Monster coming at you here from beautiful, sunny Playa del Carmen. If you're wondering about the cost of living in Playa del Carmen 2025, you've come to the right place. This video is for you. I'm going to give you guys a full breakdown of what I'm spending per month to live a high standard of living type of life here in Playa del Carmen. I'm actually filming this intro from my brand new apartment. So for those of you who stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to give you the full tour and share with you just how much I'm paying per month for this 2-bedroom, 2-bath gem with this gorgeous, gorgeous bathtub and view. So if you guys are ready to dig into cost of living 2025 here in Playa del Carmen, Vamanos. So guys, I'm here at La Burbuja Feliz Lavanderia 60th and 10th. The reason I come here is the high standard of cleaning that they give me. They get all the stains out, anything on my tank tops. You guys know I eat a ton of food that can get messy. They took all the stains out of my tank tops the first time I came here. I've been coming back ever since. And the minimum carga minima is 2.5 kilos and it's only 50 pesos, so that's $2.50, guys. Obviously, if I have sheets and towels, it's going to cost me a little bit more like $7.50, but I spend right at about $50 a month on laundry, so that covers laundry, washed, dried, folded, right there, 60th and 10th, La Burbuja Feliz on the corner here. I'll put up on Google Maps, of course, where we are. And next, we're going to talk about fruits and groceries. I'm going to show you one fruteria to go to and one to avoid. The one to avoid does have a good price on juices, but their fruit prices are insane. So stick around for that, guys. Let's hit some fruterias. Guys, no matter how much money you have, wasting money is always a bad idea. Overpaying, paying double or triple for anything is just nonsense. And so briefly, I'm going to show you here where to get a 35 peso coconut here on 52nd and 10th. Right there with Miguel, 35 peso coconut. Moving right along. Guys, I've paid as much as 70 or 80 pesos for a coconut here in Playa. And that's kind of the standard, especially down 5th Avenue, 70, 80 pesos. Just one block off of 5th Avenue, got a 35 peso coconut there, and he'll actually open it up for you at the end and give you all of the goodness inside as well. All right, guys, as promised, 2 fruterias we're about to hit. One to avoid when buying fruits, one to frequent. The one I'm going to show you, the one I go to every single morning to get pineapple and papaya at a fair price, already cut and ready to go. All right, my friends, I have arrived at fruteria number 1. This is Casa de las Frutas, and the presentation is beautiful. This place is fantastic for juices, for aguas frescas, and it's very popular for that. But I tried to buy some tunas today, this cactus fruit right here, and those are generally a very affordable fruit, right? And I put 4 of them on the scale, and she said 77 pesos, and I was like, how much is the kilo, how much is it per kilo? And she said 150 pesos, and I just kind of laughed and was like, no, gracias. And I went to this next spot that I'm about to show you. And so what I'm getting at, guys, this is a very important point that I want to drive home throughout this video, is that you need to know where to go. And this video serves also as a foundation to give you a basis, an idea of what things should cost, whether it's a papaya or some tuna fruits or an agua fresca or a carton of eggs or something like that. If you're constantly walking around paying triple, it's going to be really hard to live a good life on a reasonable budget. So let's hit fruteria number 2, and I'll share the prices of the tuna fruit over there. All right, guys, we have arrived at this gem of a fruteria right here. We're on CTM. I'll put up on Google Maps where we are. This is the ever popular Fruteria Esmeralda. And guys, it's This is just right around the corner from the other fruteria, Casa de las Frutas, which I'll also put that location up on Google Maps. If you come over here, not only are you going to be treated well, you're going to pay 1/3 the price for those tuna fruits. And that's just one example, guys. The tuna fruit here is 40 pesos per kilo. It's 150 pesos a kilo over there. Unbelievable, but now you know. And guys, this is what I wanted to show you too. I come over here every morning and I get the, hola, ¿qué tal? I get the papaya already prepared. I get a nice big piece of papaya like that, and they're already sold out of pineapple, but I get pineapple as well. And for the two of those, I paid 57 pesos. So under $3 for 2 huge portions. I usually get 2 or 3 sessions of fruit eating out of that $3 or less. So guys, this video is not about living on a tiny budget, but it's also about having a high quality, high standard of living. And so if you're wasting money and you're going to the wrong spot, it's going to be hard to have anything left over for a baller apartment, for a nice trip here and there. So I'm going to talk about the price I'm paying for the apartment at the end of the video. I'll give you guys the tour. But if I was paying triple what it should be for my fruits on a daily basis, you could imagine that I would have to live in a studio apartment instead of the 2-bed, 2-bath gem that I'm in right now. So this is pretty serious stuff, guys. If you're finding value in the content, smash the like button for me, subscribe if you haven't already. Let's go hit the grocery store and see about the cost of some of the basics. And guys, please do let me know at the end of the video in the comments what you found most useful about this video, and if you find this style of video entertaining and useful. I really love your feedback. I thrive on the feedback, and it helps me get better and better at making these videos for you. Thank you, guys. And guys, we're moving on to groceries. I'm almost to my grocery store of choice. We're gonna show the price of coffee, eggs, etc. I wanna talk briefly about cell phone. I've shown in previous videos where to get a Telcel SIM card, how much that costs, so I'll link that in the description below. I personally, if we're talking about my actual budget, I pay $100 a month, but that's for unlimited high speed in any country in the world. Wherever I go, it just automatically works. That way I can live stream constantly for you guys, and I'm not having to go put money on the Telcel at the OXXO constantly to do that. But for those of you who just need a basic plan, expect to pay about $25 a month if you just want a Telcel SIM card and a month's worth of data. So with cell phone out of the way, let's check out some grocery prices, and I'll share with you my entire budget for groceries when we leave the store here. We're hitting, you guessed it, Chedraui on 10th. This is the most pleasant grocery store, reasonable prices, and what I love about it the most, ice cold air conditioning. You're not gonna get that at Walmart. The Soriana, hit and miss. I really like Chedraui, so let's head inside, guys. Oh, that's better. Ice cold air conditioning. So guys, first and foremost, this video is about a high standard of living. So let's talk about wine. I do treat myself to a couple bottles of wine every month. And I usually go for something from Argentina in the 235 peso range. So you can expect to pay $8 to $12 for a decent bottle of wine. I like Tempranillos. This is the one I was doing last night in the live stream. If you didn't see the live stream from my new apartment, check that out. I was doing this guy right here. This is a fantastic Tempranillo, 185 pesos, just about $9 US. So now you know, guys, you have a price point in mind on wine. Let's check out some dairy briefly. Milk, a staple in most households. 28 pesos for this liter of whole milk. We got the cheese selection over here. I did not get my Parmigiano Reggiano here at Chedraui. That comes from Costco. I have a buddy of mine pick that up for me. I will show you the Jamon Serrano that I got yesterday that I was eating in the live stream. My favorite. I was doing this Tangamanga right here. 102 pesos. So $5, guys, to eat like a king. Let's check out coffee and egg prices, just a couple more basics so you can get a solid idea of what your grocery bill will be. Pardon me. So, and coffee. Oh, they have it. Yes, guys. This is the one I like to go with, the Garat Espresso. That's the wrong price, though. Let's see, where is it? Where is it? There it is. 117 pesos. 117 pesos. And this is a fantastic option if you like to make espresso at home to get a little Java wasted. I took about a week off coffee, but then I was like, life's not the same without coffee. But hey, it was worth a try. All right, guys, the $1 million question, or the million peso question. How much for 30 eggs? In the US, it's gotten insane. Eggs are like a sign of wealth now. Not in Mexico. 30 eggs, 84 pesos, just over $4 for 30 high quality eggs. I'll show you the ones that I get. Yes, here they are. These have a deep orange yolk. These are the best quality eggs that I've had in Mexico, probably. This one right here, the khaki, Granjas khaki, 90 pesos, guys, about $4.50 with the current exchange rate. So there you have it, coffee, eggs, milk, wine, some of the basics. What about fruits at Chedraui? Is this a decent option? Yes and no. You got to buy seasonal, guys. So for example, in April, you want to buy mangoes. It's silly to buy anything other than mangoes is nonsense if you're in mango season. But it's June now, so what's cheap right now? Pineapples, guys. 32, 34 pesos for this half pineapple. So about $1.50 for a nice big chunk of fruit. Of course, you can always just go to Fruteria Esmeralda as well, but it is nice to shop around. You get one of these nice big papayas, 44.5 pesos, just over $2, $2.50 right there for some papaya. Check on some watermelons. How cheap is watermelon here? $2.50. You guessed it, $2.50 for that big piece of watermelon. So guys, I think you have a pretty good idea on groceries. My grocery bill for the month, if I'm eating very well and I'm buying wine and cheese and things like that, is about $500 US, 10,000 Mexican pesos, give or take. Next, we're gonna talk about dining out and dating. I put those in the same budget. And guys, for those of you who want a full video on dating in Playa del Carmen, like how I met Ava, and what the dating scene is really like in Playa, let me know in the comments just by typing the word dating video, the words dating video. Oh, look, more watermelon. I might have to take one of these, actually. Yes, I want this one right here. That's the winner. All right, guys, so I just got this this bag right here, a watermelon and a half kilo of coffee for right at $7.50. Pretty good shopping experience there at Chedraui. No waits during low season either. Low season for the win. All right, my friends, so let's talk dining out. Now, there are many places I like to eat around Playa del Carmen. If you follow the channel, you've seen me eating all over town. One place I frequent a lot is La Organica right here. I love the pancakes. Let's take a look at some menu prices. Guys, I pay 160 pesos if they allow me to pay here. A lot of times they just gift me the food these days. But you can see here, guys, a typical breakfast is going to be about 160 pesos, 200 pesos, something like that. And if you throw a drink in there and of course tip, you're between $12 and $15 for a meal there. And that's what I would say is about the average meal for one person in Playa. I've spent, here in 2025, I've spent as much as 1,700 pesos on one meal just for myself at Ictio Fish House. But that was for a ceviche, oysters, and a whole fish. And I've spent as little as 55 pesos up on 30th Avenue to eat a caldo de res. So it really depends on what you're in the mood for. But I would say if I took the average of all of these and kind of kicked out the outliers like the 50 peso meals or the 1700 peso meals, I spend right out about $15 if I want to go get a good ceviche, some pancakes. And I would say I eat out at a place like that every single day. So the budget for dining out and dating right at $500 US. And I think I misspoke on the groceries. I actually spend closer to 400 usually, but if I'm going bigger with like wine and cheese and stuff, then maybe 500. So there you have it. As far as dining out, I eat at places also like Sabor de los Ortega or Doña Paola, and I frequent those places. I really go quite often, and those are more in the 100 peso range. Doña Paola, I'll get a pozole over there for $5 US or 100 pesos. I'll link that video if you want to know where to eat out in Playa del Carmen for 100 pesos or less per meal. I'll put that in the description below. And guys, let's move right along and let's talk about electric bills, because it is hot. We're in low season. I have to run my AC anytime I'm home. Some friends of mine actually even run their AC when they're not home to protect their electronics and to also keep the growth of mold from starting up. So generally these people, like my friend Lee, will leave his AC on 27 to 29 Celsius just to protect his electronics, computer, etc. I've actually been doing the same. And guys, I just moved out of my old apartment, and my electric bill for the last 2 months, as we get into the hottest time of year, was, drum roll, about 1,700 pesos for 2 months. So about close to $90 US. So put that right at 45, and I actually put $50 a month down just to be err on the side of excess going into June and July when it's really, really hot. So guys, there you have the groceries, the dining out, the dating, the electric bill. And let's see, what else? Pull out my handy list here. I think I put medical and supplements, guys. I do not go to the doctor very frequently, but when I do, I did a video on that. It was only $4. I got some x-rays for $25. So I put a budget of about $100 there for healthcare and medical, and then about another 100 for supplements. I like to buy creatine and whey protein and certain herbs, tinctures. Now, one of the big ones, the fun one I want to talk about, is trips and cenotes specifically. I'll go to 3 or 4 cenotes a month usually. The entrance for that, 250 pesos, 150 to 250 depending on the cenote. Los Buos is one of the cheaper ones. Yakun is one of the more expensive ones. And then trips as well. I'm talking Airbnbs, bus rides, trip to Valladolid. One big trip per month I really like to do. So I put that $500 US in the budget for the trips. And I think now the only thing really left to cover, the big thing, is the apartment. So we'll head back to the apartment. I'll give you guys the tour and share with you exactly what I'm paying per month for my brand new gem of an apartment. Let's go. All right, guys, just ran into subscribers from, where are you guys from? LA in the house. You want to give a shout out to anyone back home?
Anybody in LA, you know, come on down. This is the place to be in.
Anybody in LA? All right, guys, there you have it. Take it easy, guys. Good to meet you. Always fun running into subscribers with just good vibes. I don't think I've ever met anyone with bad vibes coming from LA. They're always just chill. I would say Wisconsin and LA might be up there. Of course, Halifax, Nova Scotia as well. You guys are all super chill. All right, guys. One thing I did want to mention actually was clothing. I like to kind of top off my wardrobe now that I'm not traveling full time. And I actually have a really nice closet. I'll be adding to my wardrobe little by little. I just try to buy 1 or 2 really nice articles of clothing every month to keep it interesting and be able to switch it up. One month I might get myself a nice watch, something like that. So I put $200 US in the budget for clothing. Hola chicos, ¿qué tal? Permiso. Gracias. So I put 200 bucks in the budget for clothing. If I want a nice button-up shirt, maybe some linen pants, something like that. And I want to backtrack and talk a little bit about dating too, guys. Just as far as the budget, now I'm talking 500 US dollars for my dining out expenses, and that does leave room for some dates. I took Ava, for example, to Sensi Beach Club. Pretty nice spot right on the beach. We each had shrimp cocktails, ceviche. She had a couple Aperol spritzes. I had a couple of beers. And the whole bill for that was like $55, guys. So, you know, doing one good dinner date night per week is certainly allowed in that budget. And guys, I'll give you the full breakdown here at the end of the video after we go check out the apartment. If you're wondering and totaling up the numbers in your head, how much is the Rope Monster spending a month for this lifestyle where he's dining out, eating a ton of fruit, dating, eating endless amounts of ceviche? How much is he actually spending a month? You're about to find out. Let's go check out the apartment, and then I'll give you guys the full breakdown. I've even got it written down here on paper so it's official. Well, I couldn't help myself, guys. Pretty much every time I walk by Miguel there on 52nd, I have to stop and get a coconut for 35 pesos. It would be silly not to. And he's just such a nice guy that it just brightens up my day anytime I get to see Miguel. So definitely stop and pay him a visit. Almost back to the apartment now, guys. And guys, for the sake of showing rather than telling, I just picked up my laundry. 50 pesos for all of this. Washed, dried, and folded. 2.5 kilos. It's like almost half of my wardrobe washed, dried, and folded for $2.50. Huge time saver. I think even if I had a washer and dryer, it would be better to go to La Burbuja Feliz. All right, my friends, the time has come for the grand tour. And now before I forget, please do let me know if you want a full rental update here in Playa del Carmen. That's actually how I found this place. I was putting together a video for you all on low season rent prices and what's available. I found this and I decided to take it for myself. So without further ado, guys, this is the new apartment. I'll share with you the price in just a moment. But the first thing that won me over was this kitchen, the attention to detail, the tile work, and of course the gas range. The gas stove is very important to me. Really love making espresso and cooking on gas. It's very easy, it's fast, it's predictable. I love the cabinets as well. It's very country style. For me, it feels like home. And I'm actually hanging a hammock from here to here. I've got the hammock right here. And forgive the mess, guys, it's not completely set up. But the lighting is another thing that I truly love about this place. If you want to see how it looks at night, I did a live stream June 6th, so check out the live stream. I think the lighting is probably one of my favorite parts. Now we're walking into what will be my office. This is technically a 2-bed, 2-bath. This is one of the bedrooms. This folds out into a very comfortable bed, actually, which is nice because we can have movie dates right here in this beautiful spot. And this is one of my favorite features. Actually, the selling point for me is the bathtub. And through there is an ocean view through that palm tree right there. So that is truly special. And this is bathroom number 1. Nothing special, but I'll show it. And I do really like the tile in here and just all the storage and built-in shelves. Let me know in the comments, guys, before I name the price, what do you think an apartment like this would go for in Playa? How much would you pay? A lot of the purpose, like I said, of this video is to show you about what something should cost so that you don't overpay. I've heard of people paying nonsensical prices of 3,000, 4,000 Canadian dollars, 2,500, 3,000 US dollars for a basic apartment smaller than this. So guys, we have the master suite right here. I'll take you inside. And once again, another little workspace, another TV. and this nice king size bed. And everything was here, guys, furnished. There's a nice closet here. We've got bathroom number 2 right here. You can see the attention to detail. I mentioned in the live stream, the owner and designer of this is Frenchman with very impeccable taste. And so all the details right down to the finishes, the sink, the soffit lighting, the lighting here. There's also lighting up there and up lighting as well. 2 air conditioning units. Bathroom number 2. Got the shower here. And I like that he's serious about taking care of the tile. There's a squeegee here for when we're done. Of course, I got the Dr. Bronner's peppermint soap to stay cool. And guys, I'm not going to show the entirety of the outside just for my own security reasons. I don't want everyone to know exactly where I live. I do live just 1 block from the beach. And there is a pool outside, but if I show that, it would be pretty obvious exactly where I live. And I'm just not willing to have people know exactly where I live. But guys, so drum roll, finally, I'm giving you the price. What am I paying for this beautiful, beautiful furnished 2-bed, 2-bath apartment with this oversized bathtub, all this nice natural light? I agreed on a 6-month lease, and guys, I'll talk a little bit about why I'm renting and not buying in Playa del Carmen. Let me know if you want a full video on why I haven't yet bought in Playa del Carmen. There's three main reasons I haven't bought here yet. If you're interested in that, let me know in the comments. And without further ado, guys, I am paying 18,000 Mexican pesos for this gorgeous apartment, or about $900 US per month. All right, my friends, last but not least, I'm going to give you the entire breakdown of the budget. I'll put it up on the screen, or I'll just tell you. All of the things we talked about in today's video: dating, dining out, medical, clothing, cell phone, rent, electricity, trips to cenotes or Valladolid, train Maya trip, whatever it may be, all of those things, I'm right at about 3,000 US, cost of living, 2025, Playa del Carmen, for a high standard of living. I'm living incredibly well. Hopefully you guys gained some insight into my daily life, how I eat. Last night during the live stream, I was having jamón serrano and parmigiano reggiano and drinking a tempranillo from Spain, a nice wine. So that's my standard of living, and I'm paying right at 3,000 US a month total for everything. Hopefully you found that useful. If so, smash that like button, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. It means the world to me. See you guys in the next one. Rope Monster, out. Guys, one thing I almost forgot to mention as I'm just right about to get in the tub here and enjoy a good eucalyptus soak, I almost forgot to mention transportation. And I do spend about $100 US a month on transportation. That includes in-drives mostly. So I use the InDrive app a lot, guys, and a lot of those rides are about 70 pesos, $3.50, but they do add up. I take the InDrive almost everywhere. So guys, the final breakdown: cell phone 100 US, electricity 50 a month, $900 US a month for rent, 400 for groceries, 500 US for dates and dining out, $100 US transportation, medical and supplements $100 US, clothing $200 US, trips, cenotes 500 US, laundry 50 US, grand total of right at 3,000 US. If you didn't know, now you know. Cost of living 2025, Playa del Carmen, with a high standard of living, a good midday soak for the Rope Monster, sometimes with wine and cheese. That to me is a good measure of quality of life right there. If you can do those things in Latin America, you're doing it right. And I think $3,000 a month is quite reasonable for the standard of living and the quality of life I have here in Playa. I think a lot of people are under the impression that you need to spend $5,000 or $6,000 a month. And I would say for a couple, maybe $4,000, $4,500 to live this lifestyle for a couple living together at the most, I think is reasonable. So anyway, now you know. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.